Hi everyone, welcome all of you to this session where we'll be discussing para summaries. This is of course our 150 must do VA questions from CAT PYQs. As you know, every Sunday at 8:30 p.m. we are going live and we are discussing these 150 PYQ. So I hope you are ready for your ritual. Every Sunday 8:30 p.m. to 9:15 p.m. we are going live and we are discussing 150 must do VA questions. My name is Abhilasha and I'm your of course VRC mentor and I will be taking you through these questions. Guys, if you haven't hit the like button, please remember to hit the like button. Also, share this session with your friends and family and also subscribe to the session. If you haven't yet subscribed, remember you will not be able to comment on the session. So, therefore, please make sure that you are subscribing. Okay, I hope people are already joining. Of course, this is a session that I love doing, that. There is no way that I miss doing these sessions because it is just so close to my heart. Cat is just around the corner, guys, and these 150 must do VA questions can help you make or break the set without fail. So, therefore, please make sure that you join me every Sunday, 8:30 to 9:15, where we will cover these 150 must do questions. I hope everybody is in and live. Let's get started with our questions. The first question for today, or let's quickly do a revision of what we are discussing today. So, we are doing para summary questions. Now, in the last session, also, we had covered para summary. So, I had already discussed with you the tips and tricks of para summary. However, I will take you through the tips and tricks once again so that you remember everything. So for the summary, the best thing to do whenever you are identifying the summary is for each line of the passage, write down a keyword or write down the points. Okay, write down the keywords. So you will end up having the keywords, and then for each option you can select the option that has those keywords. Okay, and then just go and eliminate your options that do not have those keywords, and then it becomes very, very easy for us. Okay, so what you do is identify the main thing, look at the keywords, pick up all the keywords, put them down in one place, and then start looking at the options. So compare your options, the ones that do not have the correct options, just eliminate. So any option that is, I'm writing down the process of elimination. Any option that's extreme, eliminate. Any option that's too broad, eliminate. Any option that's too narrow, eliminate. Any option that has out of context information, okay, eliminate. Any extra information, things that are not mentioned in the passage, eliminate. Okay, any option that is incomplete, eliminate. Okay, any option that gives you the examples or the data from the passage, okay, without giving you the associated point, eliminate. Okay, any option that gives you a reverse causal relationship, eliminate. Okay, so eliminate all of these options. Whatever remains, just check to see if all the keywords are covered, and that will be your correct answer. To do your summary very well, remember you must practice active reading. What I mean by active reading is for every line, make your notes, identify what the author is saying, be concise, be precise, eliminate all the distractors, and stay objective. Remember one more thing, no suggestions and opinions. Eliminate the suggestions, eliminate all advice, eliminate all opinion unless the passage is giving you an opinion. That's a different case, okay? But otherwise, just eliminate all of this and then you will be able to reach the right answer. Okay, I hope you got that. Guys, I hope all of you have already joined. If you have, please remember to hit the like button so that I'm happy. You know that likes make me very, very, very happy. Okay, remember to share the sessions so that more and more people can take advantage of this. These are free sessions. We are doing these for all you CAT aspirants, for anyone who's planning to write CAT. Remember, these will help you out till the last day of your exam. Okay, also remember to subscribe so that one, you get the information about the sessions, two, you're also able to comment in the chat box. Okay, so if you have joined and if you're ready, just comment a yes in the chat box and we will get started. So, para summary, the question looks like this. The passage given below is followed by four alternate summaries. Choose the option that best captures the essence of the passage. Okay, so you have four summaries. You have to choose the one that is the best at capturing the essence of the passage. Whatever the passage is saying, is the best answer for that. Okay, that's your instruction. Here's your first question. I'm going to give you 2 minutes to read and solve. Okay, so here your 2 minutes begin now. I'm going to remove myself from the screen. All right, guys, your 2 minutes are over. Let's take a look. All of you can start keying in your answers in the chat box so that I know who's answered what, and then we will take it forward from there. All right, so let's look at this passage and let's see what the author is saying. So it says McGurk and McDonald reported a powerful multisensory illusion occurring with audiovisual speeches. So number one he's saying is that McGurk and McDonald, they report a powerful multisensory illusion. Okay, that happens with audio visual speech. So when something has audio as well as speech, there is an illusion that has happened. They recorded a voice articulating ba 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 and dubbed it with a face articulating ga ga ga. So somebody is saying ba ba ba, but the picture is saying ga ga ga. Okay, ba 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 versus ga ga ga. So that is happening. Okay. Even though the acoustic speech signal was well recognized alone, it was heard as another consonant after dubbing with incongruent visual speech da da da. So actually, initially they were hearing ba ba ba, but the minute they got the ga 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 visual with the ba 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 sound, they started interpreting it as da da da. So very different now. The illusion termed as the McGurk effect. So this is the McGurk effect. It's been replicated many times, and it has caused an abundance of research. So this has led to a lot of research. The reason for this great impact is that this is a striking demonstration of multi-sensory integration, where that auditory and visual information is merged into a unified integrated percept. So this is a very beautiful example of what a multi-sensory integration, where a lot of your senses are all mixed up. So the audio information, the visual information is all merged into a unified integrated percept. So you get this unified information. Okay, now so we've understood what the passage is. Now let us look at our options and see which option is the correct answer. So option number one says when the auditory speech signal does not match the visual speech movement, the acoustic speech signal is confusing and the integration of the two is imperfect. Okay, so auditory speech signal does not match the visual, correct. The acoustic speech signal is confusing and integration of the two is imperfect. Yes, very good. But it doesn't give you the name of the McGurk effect, does it? It does not. Okay, it does not say that this was a multisensory illusion. So anyway, so I'll keep this as a starred one because it does tell you everything, but it doesn't give you the names. When the quality of auditory information is poor, the visual information wins over the auditory information. So now look at this. It is saying that when audio information is poor quality, the visual information takes a lead. But this passage did not speak about the comparison or say that which one wins. So this winning over the auditory information, this is an extra information. This was not mentioned in the passage. So therefore this cannot be the right answer. Eliminate B. Look at C. The McGurk effect, which is a demonstration of multisensory integration, has been replicated many times. Very good. That it has been replicated is mentioned, right? Is a demonstration of multisensory integration. Correct. It's called the McGurk effect is also correct. But what was happening, we did not come to know. Okay, so I'll say C is also incomplete, not the full answer, and therefore I'm putting a star on this. I look at option D also. Visual speech mismatched with auditory speech can result in the perception of an entirely different message. This illusion is known as the McGurk effect. Now, how beautiful that when you have visual speech and when you have auditory speech, when they mismatch, wonderful. Ba 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 versus ga 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 becomes da da da. It can result in the perception of an entirely, so the message is very different. Now this illusion is known as the McGurk effect. Well, this is the best option of all of these, because now we know what this illusion is, what was the problem, and that it is an integration of your multisensory this thing. So D apparently is the best choice option for us because it has told you what this McGurk effect is and what is this actually, right? So therefore apparently D should be a good answer, better than C and better than A. Okay, because A, of course, it did not name what the effect was, what the illusion was. B again did not mention what the B was incorrect. C, of course, was quite correct, but what is the McGurk effect, it did not tell you. It just told you that it has been replicated many times, but what was it, that it was a multi-sensory illusion, that was missing, right? So therefore C is incorrectly summed up. Okay, therefore of all of these the best answer for us will be option number D. Okay, all right, so yes, C, option D, best answer for us. Okay, so we've got the answer anyway, you understood, that's more than enough. Okay, here's your question number 2. And again, I'm going to give you 2 minutes to solve this. Okay, so your time begins now. All right, the time is up. Let us take a look at this question and let's see what the correct answer is going to be. So it says that developing countries are becoming hotbeds of business innovation in much the same way as Japan did from 1950s onwards. So it is saying, number one, it is saying that developing countries are becoming hotbeds of innovation. So that means here a lot of innovation is happening. Okay. Okay, they've become very creative, just like Japan. So they give you the example of Japan in the 1950s. Okay, and they say they are reinventing systems of production and distribution and experimenting with entirely new business models. So these developing countries are reinventing production and distribution and experimenting with new business models. Okay, so they're reinventing. Why are countries that were until recently associated with cheap hands now becoming leaders in innovation? So countries that were just providing cheap labor are now transforming to become leaders in innovation. Oh my goodness, they're innovating like anything. Okay. Driven by a mixture of ambition and fear. So this is the reason. So ambition and fear, both of these are causing these countries to relentlessly climb up the value chain. Emerging market champions have not only proved highly competitive in their own backyards, they're also going global. So these companies or these countries are not just successful in their uh, domestic markets, but they're also successful globally. They're going global. So that was what this passage was all about. Now let's look at the options also. So option one, developing countries are being forced to invent new business models which challenge the old business models so they can remain competitive domestically. Now if you look at this option, developing countries are being forced, one who's forcing them. But anyway, market compulsion, business compulsion. But this is not mentioned in the passage, mind you, to invent new business models. Yes, okay. They're not inventing, there's again a problem. They're experimenting with new business models, but that's also okay. Which challenge the old business models, okay. So they can remain competitive domestically, but this is incomplete because they're also competitive globally. So where is the global thing mentioned? Not mentioned. So therefore A is incomplete and not a very good option for us. Okay, so I'm going to strike it out. Let's look at B. Innovations in production and distribution are helping emerging economies compete with countries to which they once supplied cheap labor. Okay, innovations in production and distribution, but is this the only thing? No, what about the new business models? So there is a problem again, incomplete information. So I'm going to put a star on this one and just, or rather, I'll just do away with this. See, competition has driven emerging economies, once suppliers of cheap labor, to become innovators of business model that have enabled them to move up the value chain and go global. My goodness, I think we've covered everything. Emerging economies, competition, they were suppliers of cheap labor, they've become innovators, they've been able to move up the value chain and go global. I think this has covered almost everything. Right? So put a star on this. Look at the next option also. Production and distribution models are going through rapid innovations worldwide as developed countries are being challenged by the earlier suppliers from the developing world. Now, this passage was not about production and distribution models. The subject was not production and distribution models. The subject was developing countries. The passage was written from the perspective of the developing countries. So, the option also had to be from that perspective. Remember that, right? So, therefore, D is incorrect. The perspective is all wrong. Perspective should have been a developing country, right? So, no. So, D we will do away with. So, I think the best answer for us will be option number C. Let's quickly take a look if option C is the correct answer. Yes, it is. And that's your answer. Okay. All right. Let's look at the next question. Here's question number 3. And your 2 minutes begin now. All right, your 2 minutes are up. Let's take a look at this question. Very interesting question, huh? So it says the unlikely alliance of the incumbent industrialist and the distressed unemployed worker is especially powerful amid the debris of corporate bankruptcies and layoffs. So because there is a lot of problem that is going on in the corporate world, so there are problems of the corporate worlds. Now, because of that, because of all these problems, there can be an alliance of the industrialist, okay, with the worker who is unemployed. Hugely profitable, wonderful, unlikely, but it's a very powerful alliance. Okay, it's a very powerful alliance. That is what we're saying. In an economic downturn, when the economy is not doing well, okay, the capitalist, the businessman is more likely to focus on the cost of competition emanating from free market rather than the opportunities they create. So the capitalist in a bad situation is worried about the cost of so in a free market, okay, they're more worried about the cost of competition rather than the opportunities of competition. They don't want the opportunities, they're worried about the cost of competition. And the unemployed worker will find many others in similar condition and when the anxiety is similar to his. So the unemployed worker, this is the situation of the unemployed worker. He is anxious, right? He is worried. He is worried, and he will find many people in the same boat. So they organize, they get together. They're like, I'm worried, you're also worried. Let's get together. Now, using the cover and political organization provided by the distressed, the capitalist captures the political agenda. So the capitalist, the businessman, then controls politics or the political agenda. Why? He's able to do that because now he has these the unemployed workers. They sort of work for the capitalist, okay, and they provide the political agenda which is captured by the capitalist. Let's look at the options. Very interesting question. The purpose of an unlikely alliance between the industrialist and the unemployed during an economic downturn is to stifle competition in free markets. See, the passage of this passage was not talking of the purpose of this alliance, okay, and it was not saying that it was the purpose is to stifle the competition. He says it is he's more worried about the cost of competition, but it's not about stifling the competition. So A is incorrect for us. Okay, so eliminate. Look at B. In an economic downturn, the capitalists use the anxieties of the unemployed, okay, and their political organization to set the political agenda to suit their economic interests. So when the economy is bad, capitalists use the anxiety of the unemployed, their political organization to set the political agenda to suit their economic interests. See, now we've covered all the option points that were discussed. So this is a good option for us. I'll put a star on this. I look at C also. An unlikely alliance of the industrialist and the unemployed happens during an economic downturn in which they come together to unite politically. No, they don't come together to unite politically, and they're both not trying to capture the political agenda. It is the capitalist who's trying to capture. So now C is incorrect and therefore cannot be my answer. I'll eliminate C also. So I've eliminated A, I've eliminated C. Let me look at D. An economic downturn creates competition. But where did the passage say that it creates competition? So this is an incorrect statement. And therefore D cannot be my answer. Okay. And also this causal relationship because of which the capitalist captures the political agenda created by the political organization, created by the or provided by the unemployed. This causal relationship is incorrect. So the best option for us will be option number B. Okay. All right, let's take a moment and check to see if B is the correct answer. Whoa. Yes, B is the correct answer. Okay. All right, let's take a look. Let's go to question number 4. Here's your fourth question. Take a moment, read, and we will solve this together. Okay, your 2 minutes begin. All right, let's take a look at this question. So it says heat waves are becoming longer, frequent, and intense due to climate change. So we start by talking about heat waves, and we are saying they're becoming longer, frequent, and intense. And the reason for this is climate change. Okay? The impacts of extreme heat are unevenly experienced. So it's not evenly distributed. With older people and young children, those with pre existing medical conditions and on low income, significantly more vulnerable. Okay. So impact is uneven. Let me write that. Okay. Adaptation to heat waves is a significant public policy concern. So this is a public policy concern. That means government has to also worry about this. Research conducted among at-risk people in the UK reveals that even vulnerable people do not perceive them at risk of extreme heat. Therefore, early warnings of extreme heat events do not perform as intended. Okay, so the fourth point that we're talking about is that vulnerable people are not worried also about heat waves. They're at risk, but they don't understand. This suggests that understanding how extreme heat is narrated is very important. So, therefore, information about heat wave must be given properly, right? Correctly. The news media play a central role in this process and can help warn people about the potential danger as well as about the impact on infrastructure and society. So now the news media plays a pivotal role because it can help inform very beautifully. Okay, so that's your passage. Let's look at our options also. Protection from heat waves is important, but current reports and public policies seem ineffective. Current reports of what? Where is the news media mentioned? It is not even mentioned. So A is incomplete. Okay. Let's look at B. Heat waves pose an enormous risk. Okay. The media plays a pivotal role in alerting people to this danger. Okay. I'll put a star on this. Sounds okay, but let's see. People are vulnerable to heat waves caused due to climate change. Measures taken are ineffective. Okay, this is all right, but where is the news media? Which was so important there. So again, C is incorrect. Not incorrect, but incomplete. Look at D. News stories help in warning about heat waves, but they have to become more effective. But they have to is an advice or a suggestion. Remember, we said that advice and suggestions are not to be taken. So D you eliminate. So then the best option for us is option number D. Let's take a moment and check if it is the correct answer. Yes, B is the correct answer. Okay. All right. Wonderful. Let's look at question number 5. Here it is. Your time begins now. All right, guys, let's take a look at this question. So, people view idleness as a sin and industriousness as a virtue. So, people are saying if you're idle, that's not a good thing. If you are very industrious, if you're very hardworking, that's a good thing, right? So, here is the comparison. And in this process, they have developed an unsatisfactory relationship with their jobs. So, people are viewing what? If you're idle, it's a sin. If you're working, it's a virtue. Okay, so everybody's thinking of their jobs like this. Work has become a way for them to keep busy. So work is now a busy, busy time way. Okay, even though many find their work meaningless, so it's busy but meaningless, but still they're working because working is virtuous. In their need for activity, people undertake what was once considered work as hobbies. So now people are doing what? So to keep busy, they're doing hobbies, things that were earlier work. The opposing view is that hard work has made us prosperous and improved our levels of health and education. So there's another view which says that hard work has given us a lot of things, including prosperity. Okay, fair. Improved health, improved education. So that's the second thing. Okay. It has also brought innovation and labor and time saving devices which have lessened life's drudgery. So it has reduced drudgery also. Okay, so that is what the passage is saying. All right, let's look at our options also. So, option number one very clearly says that some believe that hard work has been glorified to the extent that it has become meaningless and led to greater idleness, but it has also had enormous positive impacts in everyday life. Now we are saying that hard work, some people, number one, some people, okay, we don't know if it is some, we don't know if hard work has been glorified to the extent that it has become meaningless. Now this was something that the passage did not really say. Okay, sometimes some people find their work meaningless. Why? Because they have to keep busy, but has led to greater idleness. Again, one more thing that is not correct. So A, not so much. Let's eliminate that. Let's look at B, which says despite some detractors. So there are some things that distract you from this. Hard work is essential in today's world to enable economic progress, for education and health, and to propel innovation that make life easier. Well, yes, it has said that economic progress, prosperity, levels of health and education, yes, and to propel innovation, life saving devices. So, all of that is said, correct. But what about the meaninglessness of that? So, B is incomplete, okay, and therefore B cannot be my answer. Look at see, hard work has overtaken all aspects of our lives and has enabled economic prosperity. But it is important that people reserve their leisure time for some idleness. Well, it is important that people reserve. Now, this is advice, and again, we said that advice is not a good option. So, C, eliminate. Look at D. While the idolization of hard work has propelled people into meaningless jobs because you have idolized it so much. So, that's the first line. You idolized, made work into a virtue. It made people take up meaningless job and endless activity. It has also led to tremendous social benefits from prosperity and innovation. Yes. So this B is our best choice answer. That work was considered a virtue. Because of that, we are trying to get into any sort of job, any sort of things that will keep us in work. But work has also given us many things. So D is a very good option for us. Okay. Let's take a look if that is the correct answer. Yes, it is. Okay. Wonderful. All right, let's look at the last question, question number 6. Again, 2 minutes for you guys. All right, let's take a look at this question. Everyone, please key in your answers. Let's take a look. I hope everyone has already liked the session and shared it, and also subscribed and hit the bell icon. Do make sure you're doing all of this, please, guys. It is very important. People spontaneously create counterfactual alternatives to reality when they think, oh, if only or what if, and imagine how the past could have been different. So, when you start thinking about possibilities about the past, okay, then you create counterfactual alternatives, right? You are creating counterfactual alternatives to reality. The mind computes counterfactuals for many reasons. So there can be many reasons. Okay. Counterfactuals explain the past and prepare for the future. Okay. They implicate various relations, including causal ones. So past, future, causal relationships. Okay. They affect intentions and decisions. Okay. So what you do can also be impacted. They modulate emotions, so they control emotions. They support moral judgments. So they support moral judgments. The ability to create counterfactuals develops throughout childhood and contributes to reasoning about other people's belief, including their false beliefs. So counterfactual happens, this ability happens throughout childhood, okay, and helps to explain others. Okay, so that's the passage. Okay, so when you think of the past, you what are the possibilities? You create a counterfactual alternative. These are the reasons, and that this can happen throughout your childhood and contributes to your understanding about other people's beliefs. Let's take a look at our options. Option A says people create counterfactual alternatives to reality for a number of reasons. Okay, including reasoning about other people's beliefs. Now, can we really say this? Take a look. Can we say that people create counterfactual alternatives to reality for various reasons? Yes. Including reasoning about other people's beliefs. Now, is this the correct idea? No. Including reasoning about other people's beliefs, that is not the reason. Okay, so therefore, this one is incorrectly framed. Okay, so eliminate A. Look at B. Counterfactual thinking helps to reverse past and future. Can you reverse past and future actions? No. So therefore, B is incorrect factually. The passage does not say anything like that. Counterfactual alternatives to reality are created for a variety of reasons and is part of one's developmental process. So counterfactual alternatives to reality, there are so many reasons, and is part of one's developmental process because you're doing that throughout your childhood. Okay, I can take this. I'll put a star on this. I look at D. Counterfactuals help people to prepare for the future by understanding intentions and making decisions. But are you only preparing for the future? It helps you do so many things, no? And this preparation is happening through understanding of intentions and making decisions. No, that is also one of the reasons. So therefore, D is incorrectly framed. So cannot be my answer. So my best answer will be option number C. Let's quickly take a look if it is the right answer. Yes, 3C. Yes, correct answer. All right, guys. So if you have any questions, I'm here for a moment. Remember, Sundays, 8:30 p.m. every Sunday. 150 must do questions. I hope you're doing your daily dose, all of you. If you're not doing it, please do it. We are covering so many things. We are doing alternate days, RCs, and VAs for you. Okay, so 4 questions of RC, 4 questions of VA. Please join. There are so many topic tests and section tests that are available for you. Please make sure that you're using them. And also, the reading zone is now live for all our students. Please do join the reading zone and take a look at this. All right, guys. Thank you so much for this session. I hope you were here. Please remember to like and share and subscribe. Adios, my amigos. Hasta la vista. I'll see you again.